Good. I learned my lesson. It's softball season. Yeah, you're right. But this is like, listen, we're not getting fired over you. Oh, he's still hearing you though. We might not call him the football team. No, we think we can hear you. Might be the loudest person there. What after here? You're gonna start kicking now. What's your range? Not bad. That's not bad for my neighbor. How's the gun on the mark? Did you hit him? Oh. Well, we got JV football tonight. So that's usually where a lot of our students are. We got state golf. So we just, that's like, I told Dad, I'm like, we might, on average, it's like, well, 72 principals, so I'm like, I'll be back. Ankle. because then it was between him and Joel. Yeah. He said, we'll see him. I think we're getting Rogers at the same time. Rogers Farmer. Whatever he's at. Yeah. But that blew my mind. I'm like, Steve Mitchell, he's got to be like 70, early 70s. Might be. Now, I don't know how much you know Noel. He likes to go for those like home runs, higher things because they just try to get stability. Yeah, I'm like, dude, you might get him for like 2 years. If that. You might get him like this year. Because they had Aldridge, who was a still in Arkadelphia, and he went to go Little Rock for 6 months. Yeah. He'd just been better off staying in Arkadelphia. In all honesty. Because he said he was making in Arkadelphia like what North Little Rock's like football. He was making like 60 grand in North Little Rock. Because I asked Bo, I was wondering how he got into North Little Rock. He's like, oh dude, he's getting like a 40 grand rate. He's making 105. That was like, that's why North Little Rock's in the tank and like what? That's like what I was in school. North Little Rock was like absolutely nice. But it's now like, God, they called us trying to play non-conference and they wanted us to come there both times. And we're like, what? Next time we see Big Up, no, it was them and who else? We put out something non-conference because we couldn't find nobody. We're going to play all forever, and then we had to go to the other finals. But it's like, even yeah, I mean, we'll keep West Place for a while, but that's out. And then Raleigh, we might lose them next cycle. So I think that's replacing Rogers. But it's like, even Raleigh was when they came over here and said, oh, we got to come this long road trip. Like, 2 hours. It's 2:15. It's like, that's every week with us. So why did y'all have to finish that game? Y'all were winning at halftime. I figured y'all just because like ours where it's like up to 13 or is it like all 20? That's like, we were running into that with Raleigh because that was the night y'all might have been off. And, it was pouring down rain with like a minute left. And Mitch was like, we don't call this. Like, we gotta, because there was like lightning at 10.1 miles away. And we just took knees to get out of it, so. And then it cleared up, but. That's about all it is. But. Yeah, because I'm thinking in my head like, y'all have been. I mean, I don't know if y'all beat us. I don't know if y'all beat us because we would obviously approach it different. But it's like that's D1 football. I mean. Football's a weird sport. Oh, crap. That's fine. And we welcome you to Harrison, Arkansas for today's non-conference matchup. We've stepped out of conference play. A little bit of non-con action. The Mountain Home Bombers on the road taking on the Harrison Goblins. It is a non-conference match in volleyball. Every other sport, it's a conference game outside of course, football and tennis. But glad you're here with us this afternoon on the Bomber Sports Network. They're finishing up warm-ups in front of a capacity crowd here in beautiful Harrison, Arkansas. Glad you're here with us. I'm Dylan Conley on behalf of the Mountain Home School District this afternoon, bringing you all the action from the beautiful Goblin Arena. Glad you're here with us today. Mountain Home comes to this game 9-4. They have this is kind of a trap game for them. You know, they're going to have a big match tomorrow against Batesville, as Batesville's going to come to town. Basically, the winner of that is going to be in pretty good spot for the 4 seed, or to make it into state for volleyball. So if you're able, come on out tomorrow night. Support these Lady Bombers. They've been playing really well as of late. You know, they took it on the chin against Marion, but they had big wins against Greene County Tech at home. They won in 4. They went to West Memphis, to Paragould and won. They went to the finals of the Jonesboro Hurricane Invitational. But it's been, ever since that match, it's been pretty good for the Lady Bombers, and see if they can keep up that action as well today, as they'll have 3 matches. Well, 3 matches at a tournament day. They will have the Goblins today. They'll be on the road tomorrow, or not on the road. They'll be at home in the hangar against Batesville, and then Thursday they'll step out of conference again, as it's their conference bye day, as they will welcome the Rogers Mounties out of the 6A West. That should be a fun one. Then they'll head to Conway for the Wampus Cat Invitational. Their pool will include Valonia and Conway as well, and then they'll get put into either the gold, silver, or the bronze bracket, depending on how their pool play results are. If you happen to win both games in that pool, you end up in the gold bracket, and then it's double elimination. But we'll have all the results from that. We will not be streaming that, but we're going to take a short little break, bring you the starting lineups of today's game from Goblin Arena in just a moment. This is Lady Bomber Volleyball on the Bomber Sports Network. Well, that was very electric here in Goblin Arena. That guy was. It's a new guy. I hadn't heard that voice here before, but he's got the place turned up here at Goblin Arena. So Harrison comes into this game with a record of 4-9. They're still in the fight for that 4 seed out in the Western Conference. It's a conference that Shiloh is running away with, and Farmington and Van Buren are fighting for that 2nd spot. And then it's kind of a 4-horse race for 4th place, and Russellville at the bottom of that conference. Russellville was a team that they finished in 3rd place last year in the 5A West. It's peanut butter jelly time. So we're getting ready to go. The front row will contain Kara Jackson, Aniston Crooker, Anna McCarn, Michaela Mages, Carly Drury, and Dalen Harper's spot, which is replaced by the libero Addison Martz. Mountain Home in their all blue uniforms, blue spandex, blue uniforms, gold trim on the side with white numerals and lettering with gold trim around it. Addison Martz in a white libero jersey, blue numeral, blue lettering with gold trim. Harrison in their home whites. They have blue across the shoulders and the armpits with blue lettering and numerals, as this is set up for McCarn, and that's a good start for the Lady Bombers. So Mountain Home will serve now. Harrison served to start off the match. Glad you're here with us on the Bomber Sports Network. You know, I'm surprised. I thought there would be a decent amount of people here from Harrison. This is always a big-ticket game. I think a lot has to do with, we're getting close to state golf. There might be a JV football game going on here. Who knows? It's, just a lot going on. I was expecting just more of a crowd here. Still a decent amount of people here as we're underway. Looked like it might have been a lift in the front row by Harrison. They get away with it. Anna McCarn hits this to the back row. As that was Miller, dug it out, blocked in the front row by Mages and Anna McCarn. It's 2-0 in favor of the Lady Bombers. Jackson serving now. The rotation stays the same for Mountain Home. Has another point for Mountain Home, 3-0 here. For a team that, Mountain Home's had their road woes, but suddenly they have won 3 straight on the road. They have a 4-2 record. Good serve by Jackson. This is dug out by Miller. Brought back to the other side, punched down to the front by Becharm. Mackenzie Descharm with the kill, and Harrison regains serve. 3-1 our score here. Glad you're here with us this afternoon. One of 2 broadcasts we'll have for you. We'll have Bomber football for you on Friday, as this is way out of play. A point for the Goblins. I don't believe anybody else is playing tonight in the 5A East. Marion is hosting Brooklyn. I know that, but they had just a game between mutual opponents. But this is blocked in the front row by McCarn and Mages. They were ready. They'll move back to this side as it's blocked by Crooker. Goes off the side of her hand, and it's a point for Harrison, and we're tied at 3. Descharm to serve now. That is Marley Raines serving. A 5'5" senior. A point for Mountain Home. It gets served out of play. 4-3 now. This is punched down in the front row. Another point for Mountain Home. So they have stopped a 3-0 Harrison run. This one's away. It's an ace for Mountain Home. 6-3 now. That's an ace for Lauren Rawls, fresh into the game. It is Lorelei Green, Michaela Magis, and Anna McCarn up front. Kara Jackson, Addison Martz, and Lauren Rawls serving in the back. The serve is away. It is dug out by Miller. They come back to the middle. That is, I believe that's Parker. This is punched down by McCarn. Like it might have been tipped in the front row, but they thought otherwise. I think Kara Jackson's going to go ask the up official. It looked like the ball might have changed directions, but I think her question was falling on deaf ears. It is 6-4 in favor of the Goblins now, as now this is O'Neill serving. This is punched in the air, a point for Mountain Home. Anna McCarn will serve now. 7-4 our score here in Harrison. Just looking at the West standings, it's a jumbled mess in the middle. We'll get more to that in a minute. This serve from McCarn goes to the back row. It's dug out by the libero. They go to the far side. It's blocked. Punched again. McCarn digs this one out of the middle back row. They'll go to Lorelei Green to the far side, as this will be 4 hits and a point for Mountain Home. So it's Shiloh Christian at 8-0 at the top of the conference. Then Farmington and Van Buren tied for second. I believe they play this week. Greenwood at 4-4 in fourth place. And then Siloam Springs and Harrison 3-5, and Alma a game behind them at 2-6. As that's important to note, as they're going to call a line violation on Harrison. So the East is matched up with the West in 5A state tournament play. Rawls will go to Jackson. They'll load for Lorelei Green on the near side, just out of play. Past the end line. A point for Harrison, 8-6 now. This one's past the end line, out of play. Noel's serve goes past the end line. A point for Mountain Home. It's 6-9. Glad you're here with us on the Bomber Sports Network. This is punched out of play. Mountain Home's the first one to double digits. Michaela Magis will go back to serve now. Magis' serve is away. They'll go to the far side to Tilly Parker. It's a kill for Parker. 10-7 our score now. Lily Burns to serve now, a 5'9" sophomore. She's a setter. Goblins, of course, led by head coach April Maddox in her 19th year at the helm of the Lady Goblins. She's always done a very good job. Bunch of state tournament appearances. I believe a finals appearance as well, I believe in the late 2000s, before 2010. As that's into the net. A point for Mountain Home. 7-11 now. Carly Drury will serve. It is Dalen Harper, Aniston Crooker, Kara Jackson up front. Magis, Addison Martz, and Carly Drury make up the back row. As this will be an ace for Carly Drury. 12-7 now. I believe our junior varsity and 7th grade football teams are playing right now. We'll get you updates on those along the way. Those haven't started yet, I don't believe. As this will go out of play, a point for Mountain Home, 13-7 now. Let's pull those up, 6-6 right now, live from Batesville Southside. As this will go out of play. Another point for Mountain Home. Now the Bombers are up a touchdown now. Something very familiar to happen over here in this town. Bombers being up a touchdown. Drury to serve once again for the 4th straight point. This one's away. It's dug out by the back row. They're going to go to the middle. That's dug by Drury. They'll come back to Aniston Crooker. It's blocked in the front row. Good block by the Goblins. This is punched back the other way, and it's going to be a point for Harrison. 14-8 now. April Maddox assisted by Robin Taylor. She's been there, I believe, the whole time that April's been coaching. This one's away. Miller's serve is a good serve to the back row. Harper goes past the end line by about 1.5 feet, and it's a point for Harrison. So after a 5-0 run for Mountain Home, it's a quick 2-0 run for the Goblins. Martz digs this one out as Jackson can't get there in time. It's an ace for Sienna Miller. Well, Harrison's into double digits now in set number 1. This one's away. Drury goes to Magis. They will load up to Harper. Had to scramble for it. There's miscommunication there. And a point for Harrison. Miller serving once again as a whistle, and Mountain Home is out of system. They're saying, I believe they're saying Dalen might have been out of position. It's always hard to tell on that because it doesn't look like just a whole lot changes. But it's a point for Harrison. Suddenly it's a 2-point game as Mountain Home stops the run. A point for the Bombers. They put a stop to a 5-0 run. Mountain Home the first one to 15. Those multiples of 5, those are big numbers in volleyball. First one to 5, first one to 10, first one to 15, 20, and of course 25. This is blocked in the front row, but it goes out of play. A point for the Goblins. They'll go back to the middle. McCarn punches this one home. It's a kill for McCarn and a point for the Lady Bombers. Jackson will serve once again. This one's away from Jackson. Just misses the end line. Good call by the line judge over there. Looked like it might have grazed the end line, but the tail spin on it forced it out of play. 16-14 now, a set that was once 14-7 in favor of the Bombers. This one's away, dug out by Drury. Jackson's going to retrieve it, go to McCarn in the middle. Nobody there, a kill for McCarn and a point for the Lady Bombers. The announcer, who sounds good, keeps calling her McCarran, so. This is dug out by Miller in the middle. Magis goes back to Jackson, who will go to Lorelei Green, who's been outstanding here this last week and a half. Comes back toward this way, hits the free throw line, and a point for Harrison. 17-15 now. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. They get 2 per set. This one's away. This is going to go out of play. Rawls follows it to the line. And it's a point for the Lady Bombers. Here they come back this way. Wow, that's a thunderous hit by Callie Noel, excuse me. A thunderous hit from the 6-foot senior. She'll go back to serve now. It's Dalen Harper, Kara Jackson, Lorelei Green up front, Michaela Magis, Addison Martz, and Lauren Rawls make up the back row as it looked disastrous as the ball took a downward trajectory after Rawls hit it. But they ended up recovering. They'll go back to Lorelei Green. It's going to be 4 hits. Mishandled that one in the front row. And it's 18-17 now. So Mountain Home had a 7-point lead in this set. Now hanging on to a 1-point lead. This is short as now we're tied. So it's a point for the Lady Goblins. In the midst of an 11-4 run here in set 1. This one's away. Rawls will go to Jackson. They'll go back to Magis. This is dug out by Noel. They'll go back to this side. It's dug out by Jackson. Magis will load to Dalen Harper. That's a kill for Harper and a point for the Lady Bombers. Job by the two-sport athlete, Dalen Harper. Trying to contact a few people at LT's court, just a short walk from Goblin Arena here. This is a good hit in the front row by Harrison. That was Tilly Parker. Punches that one home. We'll see if we can't get you some scores from our junior high matches. The 7th grade was defeated by Harrison, 2-0. The second set was 25-9. So Mountain Home gets away with a split this season. That's out of play. A point for Mountain Home. They're the first ones to 20. 20-19. Lady Bombers 5 points away from a set 1 victory. Drury serving now. This one's away. Good jump serve. They'll come back this way. They'll go from the 10-foot line. They'll go to Parker. Martz goes to Dalen Harper. It's out of play past the end line. We're tied at 20. 20-20 vision now here in Harrison. Did find out it's homecoming week. I don't think that score is right. Should be 20-20. I have us on the high side, 21-19. As this is going to be trouble. They dig out of trouble. Magis to Jackson to Aniston Crooker. Blocked in the front row. A point for Mountain Home. It should be 21-20 as April Maddox is going to call timeout. At least unless they didn't signal correctly. Play a little wild thing in here. Waiting for see if Rick Vaughn pops out anywhere. Unless they had called that in or there was another reason that was out, I have it as 21-20, but we're going to adjust it for the score that's in the arena. It seems like 22-19. So Harrison will have one timeout remaining. Lady Bombers with a 22-19 lead here in set number 1 on the road here in a hostile environment. They'll go back this way. Martz digs it out. Jackson goes to the middle, to the left side to Crooker. This falls to the floor. A point for Mountain Home. We have a 23-19 situation here at Goblin Arena. Drury's serve is away. It's a good serve. It's just blocked in the front row. Good block by Harper. They'll go back to Addison Martz. Jackson loads up for Dalen Harper. And this one is wide of the sideline. Point for Harrison. 23-20. They're retrieving the apparent one-game ball that they have here in the arena. Went down the tunnel. SRO Pettit's here behind us, making sure we're all good over here. As Crooker launches that one over, it's tipped and goes to the ground. It is set point for the Lady Bombers. Trying to go up 1-0 here in this one. As it's an ace, and Lady Bombers will take set number 1 here in Harrison. So an up and down, back and forth first set. Mountain Home, who had an 8-point lead at one point, saw that lead get trimmed down to, well, it ended up being tied. And now Mountain Home comes up with a big first set win. So the schedule for them this week, they will be back home tomorrow against Batesville. They will welcome the Pioneers to town. If Mountain Home can win that match, they will all but clinch a spot in the 5A state playoffs. That's who they're kind of wrestling for, that last spot. Now Mountain Home could still finish up to second, but I have to see a bunch of games, how those go. We'll see how that goes here in the next couple weeks. They will also welcome Rogers to town on Thursday. That should be a good one. And then the Lady Bombers will head to Conway for the Wampus Cat Invitational. They will play the host team Conway and Valonia in that pool play. They have a gold, a silver, and a bronze bracket. So if they happen to go 2-0 in bracket play, they'll go to the gold bracket. If they go 1-1, they'll go to the silver bracket. And if they don't win either one, they'll be in the bronze bracket. As it's time for the chicken dance here in Harrison. They're playing all the hits. The announcer at the scorers table is going nuts. He's having a ball down there. He's got the crowd rolling here as we're going to make a third song choice. Minute 10 to go here in the intermission. This is our first broadcast of 2. We'll have Bomber football for you on Friday from Las Vegas. Get the chips out. Should be a good one there in 5A West competition. Russellville coming off a thumping. They lost 62-14 against the Bulldogs of Greenwood. They'll do that to a lot of people, though. Bombers had a hard-fought win the other night against Shiloh Christian. They gave it everything they wanted for a half, and then just ran out of gas, it seemed like, but a very good effort by our Bombers. We're still 4-1 on the season. We'll have two other Huddle Focus broadcasts for you. We'll bring you all the matches from the hangar on Tuesday and Thursday. We'll have all the junior high games tomorrow from the hangar. They took out the junior high B game for travel issues on Batesville's end, and then they will host Rogers on Thursday. That's just junior varsity and varsity. We have the superintendent of Viola Public Schools saying that this guy's a much better dancer than me. I would have to agree. That's very that's some moves over there. They're playing all the hits here at Goblin Arena. Sound like the club in here. We're a cha-cha slide away from it sounding like a junior high dance in here. As we're ready to go here in set number 2, Kara Jackson's going to serve to start this one off. Lady Bombers with a 1-0 lead here on the road. This will be an ace. Good start to the set for Mountain Home. Jackson's serve is away. They'll go back this way. They're going to loft it over. Mages will load up for Anna McCarn. Tapped it over. Harrison was able to contain it. They'll go back to the middle. It's blocked to the front row, but it goes straight down. Callie Knoll blocks it. 1-1 now. McCarn, Crooker, and Jackson up front. Mages, Carly Drury, and Addison March make up the back row. Karn swats this one over. They'll go back this way. Jackson to Mages and to Aniston Crooker, who's going to get a kill and a point for Mountain Home. Aspen Vostatek comes in now. Lauren Rawls will serve. As this one's swatted out of play, we're tied at 2 once again. This is blocked to the front row by McCarn. A kill for McCarn and a point for the Lady Bombers. It's 4-1 now. Mountain Home, it's kind of starting off how the last set did. Mountain Home got out to a little bit of a lead, and then Harrison creeped back in, and then it was back and forth the final 10 points, and Mountain Home pulled away as McCarn punches this one. It's a kill and a point for the Lady Bombers. McCarn, the three-sport athlete, I believe she's still on track. She's a 6'4" Lindenwood basketball commit. Going to head off to St. Charles next year. Hoop it up over there. Proud of her. There's always a collision on the far side in front of the scorer's table. Two Lady Goblins collided as there's a tip in the front row and a point for Mountain Home. 6-1 our score. Rawls will serve. That's going to go past the end line. And a point for Harrison. Makes it 6-2 now. We have a pair of substitutions coming in. This one's away. As it's punched in the front row, it's blocked, but it goes straight down. A point for the Lady Bombers, who regain serve. 7-2 now. They'll go back this way as it barely clears the net, but Rawls is not able to get there in time. A point for the Goblins. 7-3 now. Another point for Harrison, 4 contacts. As I was trying to dig up a 7th grade score for you. Halftime, Batesville Southside leading the 7th grade Bombers 12-6. Appreciate the folks at XL7 bringing all the action from there. Rawls, this one clears the tape. And it's a lift violation. And a point for the Lady Bombers. They'll go to Vostatek, and it's a point for Harrison. Vostatek couldn't clear it across the tape.
Coming in for the Goblins, number 7, Lincoln Plumley.
Harper punches this one over. Last-ditch effort to save that point. They do. And this will go to play, a point for Harrison. I have it 8-6 now. Scoreboard says 8-5. There's been, I guess, I don't know exactly what happened. A point for Mountain Home, though. Should be 9-6 now. Point for the Lady Bombers, 10-5 now, according to the scoreboard in the stadium. Carly Drury is going to serve now. There's Drury, Martz, and Mages making up the back row. Jackson and Dalen Harper, along with Crooker in the front, as this is a point. Tilly Parker with the kill. 10-6 our score now. Sienna Miller is going to come back into the game now. According to the posters here in the vicinity of the arena, I believe she is the homecoming queen, so shout out to her. They will go back to the middle. Drury's going to load up for Jackson. Back to Crooker on the left side. Dug out by Sienna Miller. They go this way. Drury to Jackson. Back to Crooker from the 10-foot stripe. Miller digs it out. They'll go back again to the right side. Crooker will launch with two hands from the 10-foot stripe. They'll go back to the middle. Drury digs this one out. Jackson goes. Harper's got to recover. It's a good rally so far for this point. Mages going to try to tap this one. Falls in play. A good play by Michaela Mages with two hands. Sends it to the back corner. And it's a point for the Lady Bombers. Mages will load for Jackson to McCarn in the middle. Nobody's stopping that. A kill for McCarn and a point for the Lady Bombers. 12-6 now. Mountain Home doubled up on the Goblins. Martz's serve is away. He'll go back to the far side. A good, loud hit. It grazes the sideline. A point for the Lady Goblins. 12-7 now. As this will be Taylor Sedani now serving. Jackson's going to go to McCarn again. Three girls go to block that one. It's tipped. Actually, there's a line violation. It's going to be on, they said, Mackenzie Descharme with the line violation. Had her whole foot across the line. So it should be 14-7 Mountain Home. It says 13-8 in the stadium, so unless I just missed something. We go back to the far side to Noel. Jackson back to McCarr in the middle. They send three girls to block it. They still weren't able to, and it's a point for Mountain Home. They sent the whole front row after Anna McCarn, and she still hit it over them. Jackson's serve is away. This one is dug out by Martz, goes to the ground, a point for Harrison. Reagan Plumley with the hit. And I'm going to adjust the score, but I'm going to have it say what it says in the arena. Nobody seems to have corrected it yet. Unless they're saying that point was that line violation. There was something else there. As this is punched down again by McCarn. They just have no answer for her up front. They're feeding the beast. Harrison is literally sending 3 girls to just follow her. And they're unable to even get a hand on her hits. It's not like they have just tiny girls up front. They got 2 6-footers up there. Actually, well, a 5'11" and a 6-footer, and Anna's just hitting over them. Jackson goes to Vostatek as this will get punched down by, actually Vostatek's going to hit it again. They're going to go to the left side. Harrison trying to recover. Jackson's going to go to Magis on the right side. Miller digs it out, about hits the the basketball goal. McCarn to Jackson, back to McCarn. Still no answer for her. 4 straight kills for Anna McCarn and a timeout, Harrison. Mountain Home up 7 points so far in this set. We're up that much in the first set. Hopefully Harrison is not able to respond quicker in this one. (16-9) here. Lady Bombers back home tomorrow against Batesville. That's a big one. That's going to start at 4:30. They have taken out the junior high B game as the field's clearing out from LT's court, the spook house, if you will. Come over here into Goblin Arena, add to the crowd. As the admin on duty, Jason Morris is moseying over here. Robert Rechtenwald, the junior high SRO's here. We got 2 SROs, 2 admin. The lovely Miss Russell is here. As the officials are looking at something at the table. I think they might be talking about what's going on either with the scoring or if someone's out of order. That's got to be what it is. Kurt Drury's here. Him and Brian Corbett sitting in the end zone. I don't know what the conversation was. Judging by Mike Daves went over to talk to the down official during that timeout. There must have been some form of discrepancy, as my goodness, Anna McCarn's a monster today. Another kill for McCarn and a point for Mountain Home. An 8-point lead here in set 2. Jessica Abels is watching. She said, we're very spoiled at Mountain Home when it comes to announcing. And I would agree. That's a point for Harrison. They're in double digits for the first time today. Or first time in this set, excuse me. Kelly Parker and Alyssa O'Neill come in for the Goblins. As trying to see who that is serving. It should be O'Neill. Alyssa O'Neill, a defensive specialist, 5'5" junior, will serve now. This one's away. Good serve. Goes to Rawls. Rawls to Jackson behind her to Anna McCarn. Why not? As McCarn tried to reach for it. Vostatek gets there instead as Magis launches with 2 hands to the back far corner. It's blocked in the front row by McCarn. Another point for the Lady Bombers. A block and a kill for Anna McCarn, who will go back to serve now. It is McCarn, Jackson, Rawls in the back row, Vostatek, Harper, and Magis up front. They'll go back. McCarn to Jackson's going to load up for Magis in the back row. Goes with 2 hands. O'Neal digs it out as it's just lightly tapped over very nonchalantly by Raines. Magis flips it over. They'll go back to the middle as that was Noel as Harper punches that one back. They'll try again. Back to Burns as Harper punches that one toward the 10-foot stripe. She's going to go again. Good rally here so far. Jackson back to Harper in the middle again. No stopping that one. 19-10. Lady Bombers with the lead. As they might be close to being done, if not already done, with the junior high match, as I see a lot of people filing out. As this is served into the net. A point for Harrison. They stop a 4-0 run for Mountain Home. This one's away. Martz to Jackson. Go back to the middle to Harper. This one's in the net again. 19-12. And a whistle, and Harrison's out of rotation. It's a rotation violation. I believe there was an issue with, they were out of system. I think it had something to do with how their front row was, because they were aligned differently than they normally were. So Magis will serve now. Mountain Home regains serve. This one's away from Magis as it's going to go off O'Neal's hands. A point for Mountain Home. As this serve will go down into the net. Another service error for the Lady Bombers. That's number 3 in this set. Lakin Plumley will come in. 5'6" junior. This one's away. Rawls goes to Magis. Back to the middle. Dalen Harper just launches it over. This is dug out by Plumley. They'll go back. Tilly Parker. A hard hit, but it's defended well by Mountain Home. O'Neal, they're going to try to get to Parker again. Who mistimed her jump. March to Magis. Back to Vostatek. Just inside the antenna. They'll go again. Magis can't handle that one. A point for the Goblins. Mountain Home only up a touchdown and an extra point now. 21-14. Harper launches this one over the net. It's blocked, and they're going to call 4 hits. It never cleared the tape. And it's a point for Mountain Home. Not much argument from Harrison's side. It looked like it was close, but Carly Drury to serve now. Aniston Crooker comes back in. It's Crooker, Jackson, and Dalen Harper up front. Magis, Martz, and Drury make up the back row. As that was it was mishandled. Carly, that one hit a little too low. Dalen couldn't get to it. It's a point for Harrison. Sienna Miller comes back into the game. She will serve. Going back to the front row, Mackenzie Descharme. 5'7" outside hitter. Magis to Martz, now to Crooker again. Seeing a lot of time today. Punch back by Descharme. Jackson's going to go back to Aniston Crooker. Had a really good game against Harrison their first time, and that's a point for Mountain Home, and they're 2 points away from taking a 2-0 victory, or a 2-0 lead. And it's an ace for Mountain Home. It is set point for the Lady Bombers. An ace for the Lady Bombers. 24-15. McCarn was ready, and a lift violation's called. And that's how it ends in set number 2. Lady Bombers advance to set 3 with a 2-0 lead here on the road. In front of a capacity crowd here at Goblin Arena. Very raucous environment here in Harrison. Kyle McCarn's here. Yeah, I know. He's got some dance moves, doesn't he?
He was looking at you.
Yeah, he was trying to taunt me. I think that's what it was, but they're playing Sweet Caroline in here now. Yeah, they got all the tunes going here. Very eclectic buffet of music. So Mountain Home will be back in action tomorrow as they will welcome the Batesville Pioneers to town. Batesville, let me get the standings up and see if they have updated since I last checked on Saturday. Batesville got a big win against Marion, who was previously undefeated in 5A East play. Marion sits atop the conference 10-1. Valley View and Mountain Home in a virtual tie. 2 games behind Marion. Valley View has 1 more game to play to catch up. Mountain Home ahead in the win and loss column with them. Greene County Tech sitting 2 games behind the Lady Bombers at 6-4, and Batesville at 6-5 right now. Then there's a 3-game back to Paragould, 4 back to West Memphis, who's 2-7. Nettleton, who's 1-7, and Searcy has not won a match yet here in conference play. They're 2-13 on the season. Should be a good one in the hangar. A lot of good games remaining. Mountain Home will have Batesville remaining. They'll have Rogers. Then they will welcome Valley View to town next week and Searcy. So that's a lot of good home volleyball there. 1:10 to go in this intermission. How'd our junior high do? Oh, you didn't watch? Okay. Okay. I thought you'd be over there.
Huh?
Thought you'd be over there.
No.
Okay, yeah. Mia Jones is here. She's got to watch her sister Ava. Much like the Cowboys, number 4 is a whole lot better than number 9. So. Had this discussion about Tony Romo or Dak Prescott. Those of you Cowboy fans watching at home, put in the comments who you would start your team with, prime Dak Prescott or prime, whoever the other guy is, Tony Romo. I don't know, I don't watch the Cowboys. 20 seconds left in this intermission. Mountain Home trying to get out of here with a sweep here on the Bombers Sports Network. I believe Harrison will serve. I used to think they will serve if first set was any indication. No, the 7th grade match, the Lady Bombers were not victorious. They lost 2-0. So Mountain Home will escape with a season split against the Goblins. Looks like it's going to be Aniston Crooker, Kara Jackson, Anna McCarn up front, Michaela Magis, Carly Drury, and Dalen Harper in the back. But Addison Martz is going to come get Dalen Harper to establish that spot in the rotation where the libero will go. It's going to be on the floor for Harrison Taylor Sedani, the libero. Marley Rains along with Tilly Parker in the back row. Callie Noel, Mackenzie Descharme, and Lily Burns making up the front row for the Goblins. As we're underway here, they're going to go to McCarn again. And they send 3 girls to block, and they're going to call a lift on Harrison. A point for the Lady Bombers. We have our first answer. Abels has said neither Romo or Prescott. And then we got another text saying, is there a third option? As this is dug out by Carly Drury. Oh, man, we're having too much fun. As McCarn, this one's in trouble for Harrison. Out home trying to recover. Martz to Jackson to Mages. As they can't do anything with it, they're going to call another lift. Well, a line violation and a lift. They could have called either one. The 8th grade has won. The junior high JV has defeated Harrison in 3 sets, 2 sets to 1. So that's another score update as that is sent right to Drury. Just mishandled it. It's a point for the Goblins. If you have the Mountain Home Athletics app, you'll be getting a push notification here shortly. So that's in the record book for the Lady Bombers. But our Lady Bomber volleyball team's having a good season all across the board. That's another point and a kill. 3-1. They're calling her Michaela Magus with the kill up front. We put a pronunciation guide in the roster, and they still can't say it. So the junior high JV moves to 7-4-1 on the season. The 7th grade falls. That's hit in the front row. Tilly Parker with the kill. The 7th grade, the combined record is 5-6-2. And our freshmen currently playing right now with a 13-3 record. They've locked up the 2 seed in the 5A East Junior High District Tournament that'll take place next weekend. As that's a point and a kill for the Lady Bombers. It's 4-2 now. And this one's away. O'Neal digs it out. They'll go back to the middle. Jackson goes to Dalen Harper. It is going to go, well, it cleared the antenna. It's returned by Mages, and a point for Mountain Home. Dug out by O'Neal. Good serve for Mountain Home. This is hit to the back corner. Jackson Mages to Aspen Vostatek. Blocked in the front row. Rawls covers it. Mages aiming for the back far corner. They'll go back this way. Blocked in the front row as Rawls can't get there in time to pancake it. And it's a point for Harrison. 5-3 here in set 3. Here's how the sets have gone so far. As we progress, the gap has gotten bigger and bigger. Another point for the Lady Goblins. As Harper punches that one, just goes past the end line. 5-4 now. Rawls has to launch it over. They'll go back to Parker on the far side. Martz can't get to it. We're tied at 5. Actually, it's 6-5 now. Excuse me. Quick on the trigger there. Lily Burns is going to serve now, a 5'9" sophomore. Go to Mages on the far side. It's a kill and a point for Mountain Home, and we're tied at 6. Should be 6-6 now. We have not updated the score. There it is. Mages ready to go. This serves away. It's dug out by Sedani, the libero. Mages to Vostatek, blocked by Parker. Vostatek's going to launch over her head just outside the sideline. And a point for Mountain. Actually, they're going to call it in. A point for Mountain Home, 7-6. This one tickles the tape. It is returned by Harrison. Rawls goes to Mages. Think they're going to go to Harper. They will to the middle, just past the end line. Almost hit the line judge. 7-7 now. Harrison regains serve.
Number 6, Sienna Miller, and number 10, Mackenzie Ducharme.
Mackenzie Ducharme now to serve. As this will go past the end line, out of play, a service error for Harrison, and a point for Mountain Home. Carly Drury is going to come serve now. Aniston Crooker's back in. Crooker, Jackson, and Dalen Harper up front. The back row containing Michaela Mages, Addison Martz, and Carly Drury. That's the 6 on the floor for Mountain Home. Didn't mention. So coached by Coach Jill Daves in her 8th year. This one's dug out by Drury. They'll go back to Crooker. Martz, Jackson now to Harper in the middle. As this one dug out by Jackson to Drury, now to Aniston Crooker. 8-7 our score. Jackson saved it. What a great play by Harper. She blocked it, then had to go over her head as Mages mishandles that one. 8-8 here in set 3. So both of these sets have, or the first 2 sets have gone differently than the third set. Mountain Home got off to a fairly decent lead. And it's a service error, a point for Mountain Home. And this one's into the net, so back-to-back points into the net. We're tied at 9.
Coming in for Harrison, number 16, Marley Raines.
As this one's tipped in the front row. A point for Mountain Home. Burns with the kill, 10-10 now. So this set is becoming very interesting for the Lady Bombers, who lead 2-0. Harrison's going to serve now. O'Neal to serve. As it's 10-10 our score. As this one's past the end line, just missed it by about half of a foot. A point for Mountain Home, 11-10 now. Rawls will serve now. So big sister Lexi Rawls here in attendance tonight with Tanil, her mom. A couple alumni in attendance tonight. Mia Jones here as well, watching Ava. Couple good big sisters coming back to support their family. Jackson just clears the tape. It's hit over. And a point for Harrison. 11-11. Serves away. Martz goes to Jackson. They're going to go to Vostatek on the near side. It's blocked, but it goes out of play. A point for Mountain Home. On this Friday night, the Bomber football team looks to get back on track after their first loss of the season, as they will take on the Russellville Cyclones live from Cyclone Stadium in beautiful Las Vegas. This is swatted by Parker. Jackson to Magus, lofts it over, and it's a point for Mountain Home. We'll have the pregame show for you for that one at 5:45. It's this week's edition of the Bomber Buzz. Got Marcy Cudworth. Going to talk a little bit about how things are going at Euler and her travels before that, and what goes into being a conference champion in collegiate cross country. She won the 5,000-meter OVC conference championship. This one's out of play. Another point for Mountain Home. It's 14-11. So that's a fun episode. I can't wait for you guys to hear that one. Then we'll go live with Brad and Tobias and the crew about 6:15 or so as McCarn serves away. They'll launch it back to the middle, just loft it over. Vostatek will dig it out. Jackson goes back to Magus as it was blocked, and nobody was behind Magus to cover it. 14-12 now. Harrison will serve. Parker to serve now. It's away. Martz to Jackson. Good setup for her. They're going to call a lift. Kind of thought it looked like it was. It was good placement, but the process to it was not that great. She did cup her hand, so that's one of the clear signs of a lift. Martz from the 10-foot stripe attacks. They'll go back to the middle now as nobody's there. We're tied at 14. Kleinberger with the kill in the front row for Harrison. This one's away. Good serve to the back corner. They'll go to Vostatek, pushes it over as Harrison will have to retreat to get this one. As this one's out, and Mountain Home's the first one to 15. Here in set number 3. Mountain Home 10 points away from a 3-0 victory. Magus' serve is away. They'll go back this way to Parker. Magus back to Harper. A loud one there, 16-14. Another kill for Dalen Harper. And another point for the Lady Bombers. They go back to the middle. This one's in the tape. Mountain Home with a 3-point lead, 17-14. Both sides have 2 timeouts remaining. As it's swatted in the front row by Harper, it's dug out by Sedani. Good block by Mountain Home. Martz goes back to Jackson, and it's into the net. A point for Harrison, and it's 17-15 now. Sienna Miller's back in. Mackenzie Descharme also enters. She'll go to the front row. This one's away, dug out by Jackson to Magus to Dalen Harper. Punches this one over the net. This one's blocked. Vostatek launches it over. Harrison has to go retrieve it. They go to Harper. This one just tickles the tape, the top of the net, and falls in where nobody was. And it's a point for Mountain Home. Carly Drury will serve now. This one's away from Drury. They'll come back. They'll attack from the near side. Martz is there. Jackson back to Dalen. Harper punches this one home right in front of Sienna Miller. It's a kill for Harper and a point for Mountain Home. Mountain Home could smell it now. They're within 6 points of a 3-0 victory in Harrison. So Donnie had to attack from an awkward angle. Had to change the trajectory of her body. Now to Aniston Crooker. A loud hit, and April Maddox is going to call a timeout. Mountain Home up 20-15 here in set 3, trying to come home with the victory. Next broadcast, Bomber Athletics. We will have 2 huddle-focused broadcasts. That's our robot camera. As the Lady Bombers will welcome Batesville to town tomorrow. There'll be no commentary. You'll just get the ambient sound from the hangar tomorrow night, along with Thursday when the Rogers Mounties come to town. But Friday we'll have Brad and Tobias for you and the whole gang, bringing all the action from Russellville. Should be a good one over there. Both teams trying to bounce back from a conference loss last week. Russellville took it on the chin, lost 62-14 against a top 4 team in the state of Arkansas, the Greenwood Bulldogs. As this is punched in the front row, couldn't be saved, and it's a point for Harrison. And of course, Mountain Home losing last week, their first loss of the season against Shiloh Christian. Drury to Jackson. They're going to go to Dalen Harper, and Dalen Harper on a tear here in set 3. Her 4th kill of the set. A point for Mountain Home. Addison March to serve now. A 5-point lead for Mountain Home. This is into the net. A point for the Lady Bombers. And they're 3 points away. They'll go back to the far side again, and nobody there to cover it. A point for Harrison. They stay alive. 22-17 now. Appreciate everyone watching so far on the Bomber Sports Network. Hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified of all broadcasts when we go live on YouTube. Another way is if you tune in or if you download the Mountain Home Athletics app on Google Play and the Apple App Store. You'll get notifications 30 minutes before we go live of any broadcast. You check out rosters and scores and everything. As a point for Harrison. Just past the end line. And I think they are wrapped up with the 7th grade contest. Looks like Mountain Home has won 22-18, and that point goes to Harrison. 22-19 now. Jill still got 2 timeouts remaining if she wants to use them. Serves away. It's dug out by Magus at an awkward angle. They go back to Crooker. Nobody's going to be there. A point for Mountain Home. They're 2 points away from a clean sweep here in Harrison. Martz and a whistle and a line violation. And McCarn's slow to get up. Call it on Anna. (23-19). Harrison to serve now. Carnes going to stay in the game. She looked like she just slipped. We'll see if there's any more from that. As they were doing a rotation check. I think everything's in order now. Jackson to Crooker. That one's out of play. 23-21, and still telling them to get their tail in shape. It's the closest this set's been since it was 13-11. A loan up for Michaela Mages, and it's out of play. 23-22. Jill's going to call timeout. Mountain Home clinging to a 1-point lead here in Harrison. In set number 3, trying to get out of here with a sweep. Just needing 2 points before Harrison can score 3 to close this one out. I tell you what, I give them credit over here. This is an amazing facility that they have here in Harrison. It's a great arena. Athletic Director Chris Pratt hooked us up here. We got always get well taken care of here. Anything that we need. Appreciate him. Appreciate the staff here getting us all set up, and always in good hands over here. Both sides have a timeout remaining. Drury goes to Jackson. They're going to go to Anna McCarn, and they went back to the well. A point for Mountain Home, and now it's match point. They go back to what's worked the whole match. And now serving for the match, Lauren Rawls. So Crooker will come out. Rawls will serve as it's match point now. Serve from Rawls, high arcing, goes to Sadani, the libero. They'll go back to the middle. They'll swat it. Jackson goes to get it. Mages goes to Vostatek, and that's it. This one belongs to the Lady Bombers. They win this one 3-0. They have come on the road and stolen a 3-0 win from Harrison. We will be back home tomorrow against the Batesville Pioneers. Next broadcast, Bomber Athletics on Friday against Russellville. Hope you tune in there pregame at 5:45, but that's going to do it from Goblin Arena. Your final score, Mountain Home wins in 3 sets, 25-20, 25-15, and 25-22. We bid you adieu from Goblin Arena. On behalf of the Mountain Home School District, I'm Dylan Conley, wishing you a good rest of your night, and go Bombers!